Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yes, as I said before and I'll say again, I know Jerome Cunningham. Them call him Father Rome, them call him Romie. As a young police officer stationed at Maypen, Clarendon in 1988, his mother had some ties to Maypen police station, and we're not going to elaborate about that. He had many police friends, high-ranking police officers, and as I stated before and I'll say again, it was December 6th last year, 2025, that I had posted a message in, we have a group, a police group, and I've said before that there were I know some police officers who are in the group, very, very close to Jerome. Yes, and I post the message last year about him, that they're going to send him to the departure lounge, and another man named Bobo. Bobo is live in England. As I said before, no one called me, no one asked me anything, and I just leave it at that. Jerome wasn't my friend. As I stated before and I say again, once you're involved in the killing of others, this man, not even family members, you understand? I know, if I start kill people, I don't into that. You understand what I'm saying? I have no problem sending criminals to the departure lounge, You understand what I'm saying? But I don't support criminality. So this video, this is a special video. You're going to see a video with Jerome celebrating his birthday. Yeah, man, his 60th birthday. 6 days before he was killed. Not knowing. And you can, we have removed some of the audio because of copyright and there are some things in it that we deliberately remove it because we did not want the channel to get any dink from YouTube and people who have put in them hard work for doing all them thing. But I can tell you this. There's a song that Popcorn did called Family. Trust me. And that's family. Every person who connected to the gang, the criminal underworld, and before they were killed, and they always dance to that song, and then after that they got killed. Yes, and that's a song that's in the video. But those of you who want to see the video itself with the audio and everything, that will be for the people who are in Patreon. They will get to see and hear everything. But for the people at YouTube, you will just get this version. You understand? Yeah, this was Jerome's 60th birthday. Yes, video. You're going to see video, and you can see him have a good time. You can see he's a guy where him not change. You can see all Jerome do enjoy himself on his birthday. You understand? And then you're going to see him. You're going to see him on boat and all of these things in a San Diego. You understand what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight I want you to do something very simple. Put aside the rumors, the gossip, and everything you have seen on social media. For the next few minutes, look only on what is right in front of you. This video captures a man celebrating his 60th birthday. That's a Jerome Cunningham. They call him Jerome, Rome, Father Romie. You understand? And you're going to see him and his family. You know, rent out a club for himself and people who he trusted. As I said, in a criminal honor roll, for you to be a criminal, the first trait, you have to be a dishonest. Criminals are inherently liars, you understand? So that was his thing, you know, Jerome. You understand? And he was surrounded by people that everybody thought that love him. But you have to understand how it works, how it's, you know, criminal honor roll. And, you know, he was, I'm not going to state his address, you understand? But we have several more videos to do about Jerome. So you see, you're going to see the video where the man celebrates his 60th birthday, smiling, he's dancing, he's laughing. Not one, you cannot see a dull moment in him celebration. But there are some people that's there that are not in the video. I want to call them name because, you know, Jerome friend them, and that's their thing. So if you watch the celebration without knowing what happened after watching the video and you see the celebration without knowing what happened afterward, you would probably say, this man is enjoying one of the happiest moments of his life. The man celebrated his 60th birthday. And Jerome that looked like 60. You understand? But according to timeline, we are discussing today, just 6 days later, Jerome Cunningham, also known as Rome, our father Romie, was dead. That contrast is difficult to ignore. Alright, the only photograph that I had of Jerome was Jerome and a police officer. Very close friend of Jerome. And when I call him name, you understand, him know himself. You know, we go all the way back from we were a young police officer in Jamaican. You know, somebody had sent it to me. But that was back in the days. When I say back in the days, that was like maybe 6 years ago or there. But I have a photograph of Jerome and a police officer. And everyone knows they were friends, close friends. The policeman, you know, I would have thought that, you know, he was my friend too, but you understand what I'm saying. But apparently not. I just saw it go on him thing there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, people change. You know, you understand what I'm saying? I just saw it go on him thing there. Hey, look here, I am the kind of person, I'm not no guy for what them have, you know, or what them reach in your life. And no guy can say that one thing with me and him thing there. I am always authentic and true. If me and your friend, you understand, I just saw it go. But as I said before, and I say again, it don't take much of you find out, say, that somebody when you think are your friend, not your friend, I just saw it go, a part of life that. So tonight, one moment, you are celebrating with people who care about you. The next, your story becomes a headline, an investigation, and a subject of public discussion. Tonight, we are going to examine this birthday footage piece by piece. We'll separate what can be observed from what has been claimed elsewhere. We won't rush to conclusions. Instead, we focus on the facts that can be verified and that the questions that remain unanswered. Stay with me until the end because these videos are more than a party clip. They provide a glimpse into Jerome Cunningham's final known days before his life came to an end. And before moving forward, just tell us where you're watching this video from. Because you're going to see some police officer where you don't even know them tied to Jerome. Some of them cry when him dead. Because you have to understand, you know, Jerome is when you say literally mine a whole heap of people in Jamaica. Every life tells a story. Sometimes that story is written over decades. Sometimes it's remembered through a handful of photographs or a few minutes of video. This footage reminds us that behind every headline is a human being. Here's where we see a man celebrating his 60th birthday, surrounded by music, conversation, and people who appear to be happy with him. Notice his smile, his energy. Notice his energy. Notice how naturally he interacts with those around him. Nothing in these moments tell us the following week would bring. That's one of life's greatest realities. We really know which ordinary day will become historically significant in hindsight. Many of us have old photographs of videos sitting on our phones, computers. At the time they felt routine. Years later, they become treasured memories because they captured people we can no longer see in person. That perspective changes how we view footage like this. As you watch Jerome dancing and celebrating, you may find yourself thinking about your own family, your own friends, and the importance of making time for those who matter. The images also remind us of another truth. Life doesn't pause because danger may exist. People celebrate birthdays, they attend weddings, they take vacations, they laugh with friends. None of us wake up believing today will be our last celebration. None. We always have plans for tomorrow, next week, next year. And that is why birthdays hold such meaning. A 60th birthday is a milestone. It's a time when families gather, stories are shared, and people reflect on a lifetime of experiences. These videos appear to capture that spirit of celebration. Yet, only days later, the conversation shifts dramatically. Now people are asking questions. What happened? What are the confirmed facts? What remains uncertain? Those are important distinctions. In an investigation or public discussion, separating established facts from speculation helps maintain credibility. This is also a reminder of how quickly social media can fill gaps in information. When facts are incomplete, rumors often spread faster than verified evidence. It is understandable that people want answers, but those answers should come from reliable evidence rather than assumption. Let the police, them LAPD, do them work. Some people out there spreading all kind of propaganda, muddy the water. As we say, no guy, no one can pay us or send money to us and tell us how to do a story. No. You understand? You can't keep your money, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that video is another time. So as viewers, we should recognize the difference between what we can directly observe in this footage and what we cannot conclude from it. What we can observe is that Jerome appeared to be enjoying his birthday. He interacted with others, smiled, danced, and celebrated. What we cannot determine from the footage alone is what later led to his death, or who may have been responsible. As we said before and we say again, someone very, very close to him betrayed him. We soon let you know that. Those questions require evidence beyond what these clips show. Why is the person who betrayed the Jerome is in the video? Well, we can't tell you this or them thing, but I not want to believe it. Live it, yeah man, that I do this, brother. Live it in who already. Him live it, you understand, but we'll talk further about that. He has nothing to do with, the killing of Jerome. But because he's smart, as he said, what happened to Jerome could not happen to him. You understand what I'm saying? That was just a reckless move. And people learn criminals learn from other criminals what to do and what not to do. And this was one of Jerome's biggest mistake. You understand? But we're talking about his birthday, his celebration. The distinction matters because careful reporting builds trust over time. When people tell you, say, a Mexican killed Jerome, trust me, they are muddy the water and them thing there. Credibility is a hell of a thing, you know. When someone lose credibility and tell lie, and I don't believe in telling lies on people, you understand? You know, tell lie on someone who dead and all kind of thing. I don't know why them do it, but you have to understand, sir, some might have to do with politics and all of that. Everyone know that Jerome was a JLP supporter. A JLP Dan. Whether or not you want to believe it. Was a jovial guy. People who know him say him easy person.
You're not ready. What you mean? What? Oh. Wait. I gotta zoom in on this. What's that? Are you ready for this? Look at that. Period.
One family, father wrong.
If I get on with. Another lesson from the story is the importance of relationships. Many people appear in these videos alongside Jerome. Those moments now carry greater emotional weight because they represent memories that cannot be recreated. If I get on with. Another lesson from the story is the importance of relationships. Many people appear in these videos alongside Jerome. Those moments now carry greater emotional weight because they represent memories that cannot be recreated. This man, him have all kind of business. You understand? As you watch Jerome celebrate and have fun. Him daughter them and all of the people them. You understand? And that's his final party. You understand? You know, that's Jerome Cunningham enjoying himself at his last party, his 60th birthday. So they like or not like him, Jerome is no longer here. Part of the life journey, whether or not you want to believe it. None of us come here to turn stone, you know. But this is how you live. How you live your life. Those moments now carry greater emotional weight because they represent memories that cannot be recreated. Life often feels ordinary while we are living it. It is only afterward that we realize how meaningful certain moments were. So perhaps one takeaway from this story is to appreciate the people around us today. Call a relative, visit a friend, celebrate milestones while you can. None of us know what tomorrow holds. Sometimes the person who's around you, knocking glass, is the same person that is there planning your demise. Jerome was betrayed. So the people them within his organization, in business partner them, is the person who knew where he was going and what he was doing there. As the story continues to develop, the focus should remain on verify information. If new evidence emerges, it should be evaluated carefully and fairly. If official investigators release additional details, those details deserve attention. For now, these videos stand as record of a celebration, a moment in time that took on a very different meaning after subsequent events. That is why they resonate with so many people. Not because they answer every question, but because they remind us how fragile life can be. As I always encourage you to examine the evidence, think critically, and distinguish between what is known and what is still unknown. Those habits lead to better conversation and better informed public. If this discussion gave you something to think about, let me know your perspective in the comments below. What stood out to you the most about these final birthday moments? Yeah, Jerome, I enjoy himself on his birthday, 60th birthday. I'm not even looking. And you can see he's a man who really whether you like Jerome or don't like him, you know that's a man that had his family. And, you know, you heard whilst he was on a boat, one of his boats, you know, you heard one of his daughters saying, "Father, Father." So you know that a family have lost, you know, a husband, a father and a grandfather. As I watched the video over and over, one question kept coming back to me. Who are the people surrounding Jerome Cunningham during what appeared to be one of the happiest celebrations of his life? 60th birthday on an easy feat, you know, especially if you're a man, his entire career was span almost four decades, 40 years. He live longer than most Dans. Also Dan we attack, real we attack, and a ordinary Dan. I'm a 60. Him supposed to be older than all of the other Dans them. You know, when I talk Skendan. Skendan now that couldn't happen to him now, because Skendan not gonna know without crowd and them thing there. And even when Skendan used to do him thing of foreign, you know, Skendan, him have some people loyal to him. But as some people say, them say to make things trickle down to them fairly. You understand? So, you know, look carefully at the footage. He's smiling the entire time. He's not even a person as some bad man or some Dan. Him just a smile, just a smile, just a smile. People like him still, we can't tell you. Dangerous people. Anytime, yeah, dangerous people, because you will never know when him vex or when him happy, because I saw him earlier stay. He's dancing, he's embracing people, he hug up him woman, him children, them. He's laughing without a care in the world. Around him are friends. That's what him think. Relatives and well-wishers. Some are recording him on their phones, others are dancing alongside him. At one point, Jerome playfully raises 2 fingers in a gesture that resembles a finger gun while celebrating. Different people may interpret that gesture differently. It could simply be a part of the dancing or entertainment, but it is one of the moments captured in the video. Then the scene changes. Another clip shows Jerome, and another clip shows him aboard what appears to be a boat in San Diego Harbor, California, surrounded by family members who can hear one of his daughters affectionately calling out, "Father, Father." It is an ordinary family moment, one that can now carries much greater emotional weight because of what happened days later. Less than a week after the man's birthday, him dead. Watching those scenes today is difficult. Not because the video themselves reveal what happened. They don't. But because we as viewers know something that people in those videos did not know at that moment. From everything visible in these clips, they appear to be enjoying a milestone birthday celebration, 60th birthday. George Spang, a different kind of Dan, you know. God, you understand what I'm saying? Little 13, and we are others, and you know, but Jerome wasn't an ordinary Dan. The man, they filthy rich. But you understand, him did rotten rich. Jerome wasn't my friend. As I said before, I don't keep friends with people I know that kill people. I understand. I knew him from I was a young police officer stationed at Maypen. As I said before, his mother had connection to Maypen police station. You understand? From everything visible in these clips, they appear to be enjoying a milestone birthday celebration because the man turned 60. No one watching the party unfold could tell from the footage what would happen several days later. That contrast is heartbreaking. So now them a plan his funeral. But we can't tell if money could have bring him back. They would have spent it. Can you have it? It also reminds us of something universal. Every family has moments they assume will simply become happy memories. None of us wake up expecting that a birthday celebration could become one of the last times we see someone alive. There is a saying often repeated in many communities. Sometimes the greatest danger comes from people you know. Christopher Doodle's Cook's brother, Livity, has been quoted as saying that one of the worst things in life is when people around you are plotting your demise. It means that them have planned to kill you. Because even him say, I don't know, stranger kill him. And people around him plan it. Just like how them did kill Roller. Just like how them killed Trinity. I just go on them thing that you in the drugs world. And you understand what I'm saying? People, bad, worse all if people in a criminal, like in a film thing, people say, because remember, you know, you have to understand how criminality to work. It's just like how a CEO or a company. CEO and the VP, you know, get the same pay. You understand? So things, the money shared differently. So people below him, them believe that them supposed to get the same, but you have to understand the risk. One thing still, you know, most people do not know that people sell drugs. They are entrepreneurs. Yes, they are entrepreneurs. The only thing is that what they are doing is illegal, but they are still entrepreneurs because they invest their money to make profit. That's capitalism. Whether or not that observation applies to Jerome Cunningham's case is something investigators, not speculation, would need evidence to establish. That is an important distinction. These videos do not tell us who was involved in Jerome's death or whether anyone present at the celebration knew anything about what would later happen. The footage alone cannot answer these questions. It can't answer those questions. Instead, what it gives us is a deeply human snapshot. A man celebrating his 60th birthday, smiling with family and friends, completely unaware of what the coming days would bring. Perhaps the lesson for all of us is not to jump to conclusion, but to value the people we love while we have the opportunity. We should also allow investigators to follow the evidence wherever it leads, rather than assuming guilt based on appearance or proximity. 1 week can change everything. That is the lasting impression these videos leave behind. Not proof of who was responsible, but a powerful reminder of how fragile life is and how quickly joy can turn into grief. Who know that Jerome, less than a week after he would be dead. So if you have reached this far in the presentation, and we know that you watch it to the end, just type last birthday video. I want to use this opportunity to express our deepest condolences to his children, his wife, children and friends, and all I'm police friends them who are grieving. Some who bawl out them eye. I never feel anything because Jerome wasn't my friend. I just saw it go, I mean, he wasn't my friend and them things. So I will not celebrating his death either, because we play no part in it. We're just here to share whatever information we have, because this case is not an ordinary case. And we know that you're going to see things happen later on. But as time goes by, as I said to you before and I say again, I have 2 colleagues that I serve with in the military who works with LAPD, and they are detectives. So just stand by. Have yourself a beautiful day. And 6 days later, the man no longer here. So thank you for watching to the very end. If you made it this far, you're a part of a core community that values facts over rumor and evidence over speculation. As we said before you go today, type a code words in the comments. Whether you want to say last birthday video, you know, or you can say remember Jerome, cherish life, or you can say final celebration, or you can type 6 days. Any one of them you type, we know that you watch to the end. Don't forget to like, hype the video. When you like the video with your phone, you're going to see a thing pop up, say hype. Just click, tap on it, share the video, because you know Jamaica Young Police Channel is under attack from within YouTube. There's no speculation about that now. It has them reach a point where they can frustrate us for us to quit as they have done to others, because them don't realize this channel is not about money. It's about educating the people, because we want a better Jamaica. We want to leave a better Jamaica for our, you know, fellow Jamaicans. Yeah, so as we say, share the video, share it with your friend, mama, and we appreciate those who share it. Share it on your Facebook page, Instagram. Well, you can share the link on Instagram, or you know, or your Facebook page, or X, or whatever platform. So just share it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and remember to select all. Those of you who's not receiving your notification, unsubscribe and subscribe again. This is deliberate by YouTube. You have to understand, say, Jamaica Young Police Channel they are at war with us because of the truth. And we're not going to elaborate. Those who are watching the channel know where it's coming from and when it started. 2.5 years, and we're still here. Them don't have done anything. They have done everything already to shut me down. But we're still here. We're not going anywhere, and we're not leaving. So leave your thoughts respectfully in the comment. Until next time, this is the Jamaica Young Police Channel. Have yourself a beautiful day. Reminding you to stay safe, stay informed, and always seek the truth. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.